Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
You mean to wish me a good morning? What do you mean that it is a good morning whether I want it or not?
Please go away. Let me speak for the love of God.
Let's not ruin tradition. Let's start the show by all talking over each other at once. Hey, team, how's it going?
Hey!
Merry
Christmas! Tell you that for free.
And, of course, g'day to everybody else, especially those of you in Singapore and Japan. Apparently, that is where our core audience is. Who'd have thunk it? It must be something to do with Ben. I have no idea what that's about.
Big in Asia, as they say.
Right. This is our 43rd episode of the year. It's our final episode of the year. Christmas is 2 days away. All fucking great reasons for a celebration and an end-of-year episode. So welcome to the final episode of Good Movie Monday, the Christmas party episode. We are the podcast dedicated to nerdy cinematic ramblings. And this entire episode is one of two that we do every year that's video from start to finish. So the entire thing can be found on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our website, which is goodmoviemonday.com. The whole gang is here, so let me do a quick whip around just to tell you who they are, and then I'll circle back and actually say g'day to them. But we've got, of course, the co-host with the most, the guy that does this with me every single week. It's Ben Hellwig. And then we've got Chloe Ritchie, Jarrett Garn, Melzy Begg, Joe Lewis, Chad Jennings, James Thomas. Everybody's here. Let's start with Ben. How are you, mate? Are you ready for a break? I'm fucking done with the year.
I'm on my break right now. I started early.
Well, there's still a bit of work to be done. Do you want to do the socials right now?
I thought you just kind of did them. You just go to the goodmoviemonday.com website. That's where all our socials are.
I didn't say that. But now you are.
I think you did.
Did he? I don't know. I tuned out.
Okay, well, yeah, socials. Follow us and subscribe to all of what we do and drop us comments. You could have said that stuff. You could have said that stuff, mate.
Look, I get it wrong every week. I don't know why you keep asking me.
The dude has a Megaforce hat on.
I still can't figure out how to log into the Discord.
That's what I was going to ask you.
And then we've got Chloe. Chloe, how are you?
G'day, cover. How's it hanging? That's for our Kentuckians just there. Yeah, good. Hi.
We did 28 episodes of Wednesday Up Late this year. Fucking awesome effort. It's also the first year that we presented in person together in one location every month, which, as opposed to over Zoom. So I've had a fucking ball doing it. How have you found it?
Yeah, it's been a big year. So yeah, definitely amazing.
Super diplomatic answer with that one.
That was some bullshit. That was some definite bullshit.
Yeah, what people
great.
watching don't know.
I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired.
You're tired.
What the listeners
time
don't
is
know
it there?
You're tired.
We're all
Oh my
hooked up to
God.
those Omibod vibrating toys that Glenn has the controls to. So if we say anything wrong, the orgasm machine hits.
Everyone
up to
has
a
a
team.
safe word, but Glenn won't tell us what they are.
I was
So.
gonna say, he has my button duct taped down.
I heard Ben's was stop.
That usually gets the opposite reaction.
I was going to say, I've never heard those words come out of Ben's mouth ever.
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's the lady at the fucking drive-thru when he's ordering. She's like, stop.
And then
And then we've got Jarrett. Mate, you've been running yourself into the ground this year as well. Have you got yourself a nice summer break planned?
I do. I've got, I think 2 weeks off, 6 days on the Gold. Oh, no, not 6 days. That's right. It was too cheap. It's actually 4 nights at the Gold Coast. So looking forward to making a bit of a breakaway, getting away from work, getting away from Melbourne, and just actually unwinding.
Awesome.
Hang on a second. You've just come back. I suppose you're in Brisbane.
Admittedly, no. We were 20 minutes out of Ipswich, which Ben is. Ipswich is probably about 45 minutes to. It's actually about an hour out of Brisbane. So it's
Right.
where it is. It's not exciting. It's not good. I was only in Brisbane when I visited my mum. In all honesty, I didn't want to go to Queensland, but New South Wales was very expensive if you want to go to Port Stephens, and if you leave things to the last minute, it's even more expensive, and you don't have much of a selection to choose from. So I thought, well, looks like I'm going back to Queensland.
But mate, I've got one question for you. It's been such an epic year for physical media releases, all these epic box sets, limited editions. How much fucking money have you spent this year?
Well, when I did my tax back in, I think it was a few days before the tax closed, so it was probably like October 29th or 30th.
Not mine yet.
Can't do it on the 31st because that's Halloween. But yeah, look, it was, and admittedly, I can claim a lot of it on tax, either for personal library related to one profession or the other one related to my eBay store. And, I'm not going to incriminate myself in this podcast, but needless to say, look, to be honest, it was somewhere around 20 grand.
Dude, you don't have to actually
20
answer the
grand.
question.
About 20 grand.
I'll just be facetious.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But look,
Is this for porn?
This is for beautiful releases like Blood and Black Lace on 4K, the Mario Bava Classic, or Creature from Black Lake.
That's all right.
I wish I could. Oh, A Simple Plan, the Raimi classic.
Oh,
Jared has
that's
his
actually
Jared has his own segment
Sam's
coming
best
up.
movie.
We can touch upon it. Then we've got to move through to
I'm saving the good stuff for later.
Melzy's up next. Mel, speaking of being like run ragged, that's the motive of the show this year. You've had a huge one. So much so that you've practically missed the entire last quarter of the show, like quite the quarter of the year.
Pretty much, I come to the big ones. The Christmas show, I think I was there for the launch of Terrific TV Tuesday, so that was a big one.
Is it the only Terrific Tuesday TV program that lands on a Monday or something?
That's correct. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, that's about it. Everything else, I went, no, too busy for that. Too busy for that.
should let the listeners know Melzy's microphone's not working. That's why she's sounding like she's coming from the other side of the room. But we can still hear you loud and clear, so it's all good. Over to the Boneheads, we've got Joe Lewis. I love these end of year shows, Joe, because it's the time we get to hang out with you guys for a whole episode, so that's very cool. But you guys landed our dream interview this year. You fucking got to sit down and chat with Charles Band, so jealous, mate.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Quite by accident.
Fucking amazing. Tell us about how that went about.
Yeah, I'll give you the short version, and Chad and James can correct me anyway. So I do a lot of convention work. Well, I not do as much as I'd like to, but I do a lot of moderating, emceeing for the main stage for celebrities Q&A. And he and I and a couple of, actually, Tom Holland hit it off. We were doing a director panel, and we were doing Bonehead Live right after. We were supposed to, every year, they're supposed to get us a guest, and something always falls through. And we were setting up, and he approached us and said, "What are you all doing?" I said, "We're about to do this live show." And he goes, "Oh." And he started asking us questions. I was like, "Yeah, we don't have a guest." He goes, "Well, I'll do it." I said, "Oh, you don't have." And then I played it off, Chad and James, and I go, "Oh, you don't have
real
to. I don't want to
quick.
expect it." Yeah.
He actually said, I can give you 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. And I
That's what
said,
he said.
"Oh,
I'll
that's
give you
very
10,
kind
15.
of you. You don't have to do that." And he goes, "Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't mind. I don't really have anywhere to be." And then we opened up a bottle of bourbon, and then almost an hour later,
Amazing.
after he hit on two of the ladies that came into the room, if you watched the whole thing.
I was gonna say, I listened to it, and I remember that clearly an attractive woman walks in, and he's like, "Oh,
There's
hey,
two.
what are you doing here?" And
Yeah,
I'm like, "This is the best podcast interview ever."
Yeah.
basic.
And Chad,
Yeah.
you got to sit next to the man himself. You must have been having an out of body experience.
Oh, you have no idea. I was geeking out
Fucking hell.
the whole time.
Did you get to ask him if there will be an Ooga Booga too?
No, I didn't. I got to ask. I got to ask about my two favorite Charles Band movies, which was Shrunken Heads and Oblivion, which was good for me.
That's awesome. Oblivion is amazing.
Better read than dead.
Yeah.
Better
right.
dead than red.
I recently read that he's making Bride of Head of the Family. So fuck yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. Yeah, I got to see it.
And James,
If I knew that, I would have brought that up.
Go ahead. Before I throw to James.
Well, no, he was actually really nice to us. Like there's
Yes.
no there's not one negative thing. I have all these stories because and Glenn, you do this. If you meet someone who worked with Charlie, you always ask them for their best Charlie Band story.
Yeah.
And I don't. In fact, we've exchanged email.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Like, you've quite often said that you're jealous of some of the guests we have, but I can tell you that really got under my skin. So congratulations.
Well, it was never planned. He was one of our requests, but it was never planned. It just happened to. I think he appreciated that we just knew who he was, knew the career, and that we were making, and also I was making a slight mockery like I do of everything. And because Tom Holland was laughing too. We went to take a picture and I said, "Which one of you is touching my ass?" And Tom is 83 and almost fell over going,
it was me.
Hear this guy.
That is awesome. James, good to see you, mate. Do you ever sleep? I'm always seeing you like just fucking up at 5 a.m., 3 a.m.
This is a true story. The people I even work with will be like, "Why are you sending emails at 2 o'clock in the morning?" I was in my office. "Why are you in your office?" "I don't have anywhere else to go." And so, I just send off, and it works out really well though because
help.
Wait, it's dangerously close. But then the good thing is, the secret to that is, then they're like, "Oh, well, he could be sleeping at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. We better not email it." So it works out really well. It's a great way to get people because they're like, "Oh, he works all the time. We better not stress him out. He could snap at any moment." It's great. It's great. I recommend it. It works well.
I have something to tell you. Every time I saw that movie, ever since I saw the movie The Holdovers, that's how I imagine you spend your Christmas.
It's
close.
actually this is a true story. I'm actually I came home to spend time with my family, but as soon as Christmas is over, I've got to start packing because I've got to go teach in London. Which everybody's like, "Oh, you get to teach in London." I'm like, "It's still work." That's what everybody's like. "Oh, you get a trip to London." I'm like, "No, I get to lead a group of students all around London, walking 8 to 10 miles a day. It's not me going on vacation."
My life is so hard.
Don't you work from home, Chad?
Pinkies up.
And
In
guess
my
what?
head.
James,
Yes.
do you hear me bitching? No.
Yes, all the time.
Yeah, often. I think you did it earlier today.
Yeah.
And then you said something about my mother, and I was like, "That was rude. That was not cool." She's in her
In all fairness,
70s.
James, your mom's a bitch.
She's in her 70s. She's in a home.
Mrs. Thomas is the sweetest slut you'll ever meet. Don't you besmirch her name.
She is in a home, and the fact that you all keep convincing
She's
her
in
that
my
you're
home
me.
from time to time.
I'm saying the fact that you all are convincing her that you're me, and then making me pay these debts is wrong.
Why does that
It's
make
wrong.
her Randy?
I'm not here to talk about my mother's proclivities or
Because she always
fetishes.
grinds the left nut, never the right one. And I'm like,
I
come
am
on.
here to talk about exactly that.
Well, if you would have both of them, Chad, it would help.
Well, I guess that'll do for a roundup.
And all that bombshell.
We have heaps to pack into this show, including our
You didn't
favorite.
even get to me.
Did I skip you? No, I spoke to you about Ooga Booga.
No, you got to talk. That's enough of Chad. Move along.
Oh.
He asked you how it
Poor
was
Chad.
sitting next to Charlie Band,
Yeah.
actually.
I just think it's going to become a thing of the show now that we just skip Chad with everything.
It is now.
It is for the best. It's for the best.
But yeah, like I said, we've
It's
got
what-
our favourites coming up. We've got our favourite films of the year, favourite TV shows of the year, an epic conclusion to Ben's classic Christmas Hallmark movie saga. Can't wait for that. Our most anticipated films of 2025. Lots of stuff. Stick around. Heaps to come.
If you're needing an affordable new workspace with flexibility and convenience, check out Inspire 9. Located directly opposite Richmond train station, Inspire 9 is the best office space and co-working environment in Melbourne. They support Good Movie Monday, and they are the second home to our Wednesday Up Late podcast with Glenn and Chloe. And with cost-effective, flexible terms, they're the right solution for your business. Visit inspire9.com, take a virtual tour, and see for yourself.
All right, now before I handball over to Jarrett for PE class, I just want to do a little bit of a shout out to Inspire 9. Thank you to them for supporting Chloe and I at Wednesday Up Late. Super fun recording those sessions. Well, I had fun. I don't know if Chloe did from that fucking reaction from before, but you know, it's a highly time, I
It
think.
had nothing to do with the studio, I'll tell you that for free.
It was all me. Highly recommend that venue if you want a work hub to work in Melbourne, in Richmond. In fact, it's fantastic. But anyway, now a special intro for a very special man.
Pull up your socks, drop and give us turn. It's time for the final PE class. And when we say PE, we mean physical entertainment. Please welcome your coach with the most, Jared
Physical.
This is my favorite move of all
that.
time.
That was very awesome.
Right.
Which one of you all has too much time on their hands?
Wow.
Hold on.
More
Hold on.
importantly, can we buy drugs from you?
Hold on. Seizure ending now. Okay, I'm good.
You just finished. All right, it's Jarrett's turn, mate. How's it going? All right, we're talking about physical media. It's your last one for the year. Take it away, mate.
Well, look, I'm going to give you my two favorite releases of the year. I'm keeping it to two because the program seems to be about two, two favorite films, two this, two that. So two favorite releases. These are hands down
I'm
the
assuming
best
it's
releases.
I'm assuming it's this. I mean,
It all in the theme of Charlie Band. Well, in fact, this is probably my favorite release of the year. Let's have a quick look. It's Trick or Treat. And this is the Red Shirt Pictures inaugural release that they've done in collaboration with Synapse Films. This thing is phenomenal. Apart from having the film in its original aspect ratio on 4K, comes with a Blu-ray, it comes with a feature-length documentary, an 80-minute documentary on the making of the film, which is just tells you everything you need to know. Abundance of special features. Now, admittedly, this version is already out of print. They did 3 variants, but they limited the entire 3 to 6,666. But there is a standard coming in March, and I mean, for the content alone, it's just worth picking up the standard edition. But it's also got the CD soundtrack, and it's an expanded edition of that as well. Phenomenal movie, fantastic release, and 2 thumbs up. Then the other one is this bad boy, which
Yes.
the never-ending story, gigantic replica storybook edition, which is the 4K.
Looks awesome.
Heavy as fuck.
It is better than, honestly, it is better than you could ever imagine. The quality of it is terrific, and it's got actual cool shit that comes with it. It's not just art cards and other crap that's just useless. It comes with the original press kit, so you've got the original press notes and everything. It's got lobby cards, but they're actually legitimate replica-sized lobby cards. It's got a 27 by 40 fold-out poster of the original theatrical key art. But as well as having the original theatrical release for the first time in 4K, you've got the German extended, and there's a bunch of extra stuff, Life After Neverending Story. But I did watch the US theatrical in 4K because obviously I've never seen this one in 4K. Imprint have just knocked it out of the park. It's up there as one of the best transfers of a catalog title I've seen.
Amazing.
I just couldn't comprehend it. I was like, a local company has done this global sort of first and done it justice. So it was a lot of fun to revisit, but this set is just absolutely something else. And I mean,
Does it come with Artax jerk? Does it come with Artax jerky?
Yeah.
I was just about to ask,
Yeah.
is one of the bonus features childhood trauma?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it should have had him stuck in the mud. But no, phenomenal set. They're my 2 favorite releases. Look, there's been a lot of great releases this year. Admittedly, there's been some great stuff coming out from Umbrella, Vision locally. Not so much Mad Men. We know what I think about those guys. And probably the only disappointment this year in terms of boutique kind of labels is Vinegar Syndrome. I subscribe to them every year, and I feel like this year was a bit underwhelming. There was some good releases, but nothing that was sort of exceptional. But look, like a sucker I am, I'm going to resubscribe in January and I'll give them another year. Because I like to say every year, I'll give them another year.
A mate of mine is an avid comic book collector, and he always, every time he reads a comic that sucks, he's like, I'm going to give it another 5 or 6 issues before I stop reading.
Yeah.
Take it away, Jarrett. Where were we? Technical
I was
glitch.
just going to say,
Technical glitch.
my 2 favorite releases of the year.
That is beautiful.
Sorry, I had
by
to
the
do
way.
it. It is. It's fantastic. Look at this.
Can we
It's
get
just-
that in America?
That looks good.
You'd have to import it, and the postage would cost like a fortune. It is
She
just.
looks so pretty.
It's
Have
just
to come
something
visit
else.
and get it here and then take it
Look
home.
at this. Oh my god!
Yeah,
It just.
I would love to
it's-
come visit.
Oh, it
keep
smells so
waiting for you all
great
to
too.
Get a
And Joe,
budget and fly us
Oh, okay.
over.
And Joe, in all fairness, as America, we don't visit; we just invade and take.
Yeah. Village.
James,
Yeah.
James,
We
they
learned it
know
from
it.
England.
We know it, but we don't tell them beforehand.
Can you edit that part out and also leave your borders completely unprotected between the hours of 8 a.m. and noon? It's our preferred time.
Oh, cool, mate. Is that it for the year?
Look, that's it for the highlights. I mean, like I said, there's been some fantastic releases. I've tried not to include anything I've worked on because it kind of felt a bit weird, like not necessarily that my contribution was the best part, but like that Umbrella Caligula set was phenomenal. And then there's the Ozploitation Volume 2 set from Umbrella, which is phenomenal. But these are all things I've kind of had a part in working on. Ben's like, no, talk about those ones. Talk about those ones.
I'm saying, what about this lovely? I just don't understand why we're not talking about this.
Never got a copy of that one, Benjamin. I can't speak. Oh, I do have the posters, though. Would you like to see those? They came with my Ozploitation Volume 2 at no extra cost. But yeah, look, it's been a fantastic year for physical media, and I think 2025 is going to be a banger of a year. We're seeing studios now actually, not sub-license stuff, but release content themselves on the format. And they're going to the effort of actually doing restorations and sourcing.
The bar has been
original
raised
decks.
with that never-ending story, so who knows?
That is, it's something else. Look, I'm just hoping the NFSA have done a 4K restoration of Muriel's Wedding, and given Viavision have just done Priscilla, I'm hoping that Viavision might be putting that one out in physical media because, like, everybody needs Muriel's Wedding in 4K, and hopefully it will have Atmos because there'd be nothing better than hearing those ABBA tunes in Atmos. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, it's been a year.
Do you want to do your classic sign out? Does everybody know what his sign out is?
Yeah.
No.
There you go. They've never listened to this program.
I don't listen to Bonehead Weekly either.
No, I did. I listened to the Charles Band.
He'll count.
No, I don't. I said I don't.
Yeah.
listen to
All right,
Bonehead.
so he's going to count us down, and then we all say "stay physical." See if we
And
can
it's gonna
sync
be-
it. See if we can
Yeah.
sync it.
So we'll go 3, 2, and then on the count. So anyway, so we're going to go 3, 2.
Stay
physical.
What a clusterfuck.
There we go. It's never going to work.
It's Terrific TV Tuesday, the only Tuesday TV segment that drops on a Monday.
Well, yeah, look, it is the final Terrific TV Tuesday of the year. And I know that prior to coming on the show, I did ask everyone to kind of think about what their favorite TV show of the year has been. And I do still want to hear that. But instead,
No.
I've decided that we're going to play a little game.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, let's do it.
Oh, God.
It's wrong
Yes,
answers
I'm
Most
only.
dangerous game.
I lost a thumb.
It's wrong answers only. I'm going to read out the name of. I'm going to go around. We'll go around the room, and I'll read out the name of a TV show that debuted in 2024. And just from the name, I want you to tell me what the TV show is about.
Fucking hell. All
Wrong
right.
answers
Oh
only.
my god.
Sounds good. I like it.
Is this going to be another one of your 6-question fucking
No.
6-part
haven't
trivia
done one of those in a
question
long time. I don't know what
bloody
you're talking about.
bullshit? I thought we got rid of that this year. Jesus.
Let's do it.
I
You're
did.
just back in time, Melzy.
And just for that, we're going to start with you, Melzy. So the title of this TV show is Davy and Jonesy's Locker. What could that TV show be about? Wrong answers only.
Davy and Jonesy are at school and they've got porn stashed in their locker, and every episode they go in for a new discovery, and we can find out what the discovery is.
What a concept. Every episode's a new porno.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. Yeah.
That's actually Ben and Anthony's high school experience.
It's like Freaks and Geeks, but it's
it's actually very close to the truth. It's Davy and Jonesy feel out of step with their peers at their high school until they discover that their locker is actually a portal to a multiverse. Then they set off for new adventures.
How was that even remotely?
I think I got it in one.
Yeah. Well, because they're both in a school.
Yeah.
Where the hell is this show?
I don't know. I didn't look up what network it's on. I just looked up all the shows that were released this year.
Oh my god!
All right, who's next?
I haven't seen them. All right, Joe, you're next.
Somebody obviously doesn't get paid for research duty.
No, but we're being selected out of spite. So who wants to go next? Tuck up.
Out of spite. This is your TV show is called Delicious in Dungeon.
Cheers.
We've already discussed his brother.
Hold on. This fall on Fox, Delicious in Dungeon stars Mel C and Chloe, and they are baking up delicious treats for all the prisoners during the Spanish Inquisition. And they're doing it their way in the city this fall on Fox.
That is fantastic. I wish that was what the show was about. The show is actually...
Why did I go with the Spanish Inquisition?
Because
show
nobody
synopsis...
expected it.
Good joke.
The official synopsis of the show is: can sisters being reincarnated from dragon poop? Lauer and his friends Marcel and Chilchuck delve into an endless dungeon in search of his fallen sister, fighting monsters, starvation, and corruption.
Mine's sexier.
It gets political at the end.
Okay, yeah.
I hope so.
Very, very weird. All right, Chloe.
Oh,
you got a good one. You got a nice one. Bad advice.
Oh, I give that all the time. I am really good. It's a show about the mob, and they make a lot of questionable choices and end up in a bad spot.
We are not getting you in the room to pitch next time.
Yeah, absolutely nowhere.
Things happen, drama unfolds,
hilarity ensues,
resolution,
and then at the end of it,
there's a romance.
Oh, okay, you had me there.
The official synopsis for Bad Advice is: in South Bay, Los Angeles, 3 slow-thinking friends, along with their odd landlord, surf, have dating mishaps, and struggle to earn money. Through their terrible advice to each other on successes leaves them rudderless.
That was going to be my next pitch.
These are legit TV shows.
Yeah, always was better.
Yeah. All right, James. Big Mood.
That's obviously a show that is about the development of a new pharmaceutical that enhances whatever mood you have, and also briefly gives you superpowers so you can act out that mood. So if you're angry, you become much stronger. If you're depressed, you start your own podcast.
Depressed and lonely, yeah.
Yeah. The official synopsis is: best friends Maggie and Eddie have lived in each other's pockets for 10 years, but with the future looming, can their relationship survive? I haven't seen that show 15 times in the last week. All right, Glenn. Exploding Kittens.
Exploding Kittens.
What?
This is
I watched the whole season.
No, this is
I watched the whole
over
season.
here.
No.
I've got the
I have to
game.
give it to
It's
somebody
over
who
here.
doesn't watch TV.
Well, no, I know there is the board game, but you guys are mistaken. This is actually the TV adaptation of Milo and Otis, and they go on an adventure, but they did the waterfall and all that, and the dog dies, so we're left with the kitten, right? And the kitten ends up drifting towards the old mining country, and happens to flow. The river flows into one of the mines, and that's like the big climax of the show. Exploding Kittens.
That's
How did they come back for
Depressing.
season 2?
That's the
Very
bottom of
grim.
my list of things to watch this year.
Could it have not been a ragtag group of kittens during World War II who are hunting out for bombs with Nazis? Why can't it be that?
Because I just immediately thought of animal cruelty, and Milo and Otis came to mind.
and you remember it.
Which says a lot.
I wouldn't have went. I think the river and the mines is too dark. I would have pictured, perhaps a human centipede type situation, except it's a evil scientist who force feeds Alka-Seltzers.
I didn't
to the
realize we're allowed to
kittens.
criticize everybody's suggestions here.
Not just
I'm
you.
just saying,
just
I
you.
would just have the cats explode because of being force-fed medication. That's just how I roll.
I will say the actual show is very close to Glenn and I's actual real-life story. An eternal conflict reaches epic proportions when both God and the devil are sent to Earth in the bodies of chunky house cats. That is Exploding Kittens. All right, Jarrett,
All right.
get ready for, and I'm gonna have to spell this one because it's
Oh,
Gwed, G apostrophe W-E-D, Gwed. Gwed.
Gwed. Look, I can't give you what the abbreviation's for, but I can tell you the plot line of the show. So picture this. It's husband and wife, and they're going through a tough time. This is a comedy drama, a dramedy, if you will. So they're having a tough, way, and it turns out it's because the husband has been a bit promiscuous. He's had a few ladies on the side, and she's basically, you got one last chance to make things right, and prove to me that you love me. And but he's also a proctologist as well by day. And unfortunately, he loses his wedding ring inside one of his patients. And his patient that he loses it just happens to be a beautiful woman, but she's also a traveling salesperson. So then he has to go on a cross-country journey to try and retrieve the ring, but also kind of like keep things cool with his wife, because if his wife finds out the ring's inside another woman's ring, it could all come tumbling down. And Gwed, I guess Gwed relates to some strange abbreviation to do with her anus. But yeah, anyway, it's a dramedy.
Yeah.
It's something for everybody in that one.
I can see the tagline now. My ring is in your ring. My ring is in your
exactly. Yeah.
My ring, your ring.
ring. My ring, your ring.
The precious is in my precious.
Ring, ring.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Ring,
It'll
ring.
be, David Duchovny actually could be amazing.
Now,
in the
Jared,
lead.
I think you should have actually
Leone
done
could
something
be the
completely different. I just want to jump in with some criticism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah, well, yeah,
I'll talk
go
to you.
ahead,
I'll
go
talk to you.
for it.
I'll talk to you off record and
Off mic, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is.
Ben, how accurate is my?
I say it's
take on
95. It's 95% accurate.
Hmm.
That is the official synopsis is comedy about working class Liverpudlian teenagers tackling big issues like grief, sex, diversity, and class differences. So virtually,
Oh well, yeah, we
exactly
got
the same.
kind of, it's
The
definitely
same.
got people in it, and they got relationships of sorts, and I'm sure there's
They-
an anus in there.
They all have assholes. So
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, exactly.
and it's actually a
It
crossover.
rings true.
It's a crossover from that other one, Mood. It's a mood ring, and
Big move ring.
And then one of them explodes in a mine.
genius.
Yeah, and there we go. We're done.
Fantastic. Can we do a quick whip around to our favourite shows of the year? We don't have to talk about them,
Just
but if
gonna
we just
point
list
out
them.
again, I was left out.
Oh, you forgot Chad. Was that deliberate?
Was that deliberate, or did that just
you do that on
accidentally happen?
on
He did
purpose?
that on purpose.
Oh,
He did it on
good,
purpose.
Of course I did on purpose. I was.
Chad, look on the bright side, Chad. This will be your most effective episode you've ever done.
I do have
Good
one.
one of my favorite.
I do have one for you, Chad. Actually, I've saved the best for last.
Oh,
And this
God.
is, I think this is like almost an autobiography, really. Your TV show is called A Love Rat.
God. So I want to point out, I've had a good plot for every single one you've said, and now you give me this one, and I'm like, oh shit. So, Love Rat is about a rat who gets hit on the head, and suddenly he thinks he's Don Juan DeMarco.
I like
And
where
he
you're going.
goes around New York City trying to hit on every socialite he can, trying to find the true love of his life. But everyone hates him. No one will, because all he is just a stinking rat.
So it's
Is he
Pepe Le
hitting on
Pew.
like humans or
Yeah,
like
it's
rat
humans. I should
socialites?
have said
Oh,
human.
okay. All right.
And it's voiced by Johnny Depp, I assume.
Yeah.
You may as well, you know.
Yeah, well, he did the movie, right? He's already.
Yeah, he did the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, true.
With Marlon
So
Brando.
he's already got the part. It's very
Yeah.
close. It recently divorced Emma enjoys a whirlwind holiday romance with hotel proprietor Nico on the paradise island of Cyprus. I don't know. Cyprus was a paradise island. When she realizes Nico has scammed her out of her life savings, she enlists the help of her ex to get her money back. There we go. What a fantastic party game that was. But I am really curious.
Before we do
because
that, Ben,
bookly-
can we throw one at you?
Okay.
Oh,
sure.
oh.
All right.
Now the turntable.
This was not part of the plan.
How about
How the turntable.
I just look one up? How about Get Millie Black?
Oh, well, that's a continuation of Davy and Jonesy's Locker. That's as a spin-off show. One of the pornos that they pull out
Is Millie Black?
is, yeah,
Go to the
Millie
locker
is-
and get Millie Black.
yeah. Millie Black is the nickname that. What was the other name of the person?
Is that like Girthmaster? Is that the same?
It's-
is that-
Oh, you know who Girthmaster is? That's amazing.
Oh, I thought
First of
you
all,
said
let me just,
Girthbuster.
Let me just like, 'cause Girthmaster.
That's
he's-
her nickname.
He's relatively obscure. So
Oh.
you have to take
Just
a
not
deep
everybody
dive.
know who Girthmaster is.
Never heard of Girthmaster. I just thought you made it up, and I was like, that's a stroke of genius.
Somebody has
quick,
to spend
what-
a lot
what-
of time on Pornhub before they learn who Girthmaster is.
What,
Let me Google that really quick.
my question now: what book of the King James Bible was Girthmaster mentioned in? I was doing my scripture reading. I just wanted to see if I missed it.
I believe
Book
it's
of
in
Jobs.
Was it? Yeah. It's Cox 7, verse 12.
Bend over 6969.
Forgive them; they know not what they do.
All right. Should we do the whip around, Ben?
Yeah, look, let's just quickly go around. I'm very curious to hear what your favorite TV show of the year is. We don't need to hear an explanation as to why. We trust your taste. So let's just, I say go around the room like you all are looking at the same screen that I am, and you know who's next.
And start, person on my right.
That's right.
Oh
No,
my
I'm
God!
just-
I
I'm
just
sit here in
googled
silence since I'll
Girthmaster.
be forgotten again.
Yeah, no, this time you'll be second because Chloe is first, even though her name on her Zoom says Nate Elliott. which
Yeah.
is-
Yeah. I may be an independent woman, but everything is my husband's, basically. Favorite TV show of the year? English Teacher.
Oh, lovely! I haven't actually caught up with that one. Chad,
So good.
The Penguin.
Ah.
yes, fat bald Colin Farrell. Who doesn't?
Yep.
Who doesn't love it when the tables are turned? Melody.
Evil. And a special shout out to Dexter Original Sin that's just started.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I've heard very good things about that.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's
Really liked the
broken
first episode.
It's broken the needle on the rating.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. And I stopped Dexter when it got shit a long time ago. And I'm like, I'll give it a go. And yeah, it started off very well.
Yeah, right. James?
I was going to say Penguin, but I can't agree with Chad. So I'll go with my backup, and it's now finished its run. Star Trek Lower Decks.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
It's
very
funny
nice.
stuff.
Joseph?
Unfortunately, I was going to say Penguin too.
You can.
You can.
We have a top.
It's the Sopranos light. I mean, it just was.
I was going to say, not since Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder has a good-looking man looked so good as a fat, ugly man.
And I will give a special shout out just to add, if you guys look up why they didn't just hire Richard Kind to play the Penguin instead of making him look like Richard Kind, I have no idea. Keep going.
Jarrett?
Well, I'll do two. The first is Ludwig with David Mitchell, phenomenal,
Sure.
British. And the second one I've only just started, so I'm only 4 episodes in, so that's why I'm mentioning it, but I can't confirm whether it's great. So far, so good, and that's Before with Billy Crystal on Apple
Yes.
Plus. Very cool so far.
Wicked.
I love Billy Crystal, and it's a dramatic role for him as well, and he's an executive producer on the series. So yeah, it's exciting stuff. Until we get Throw Mama from the Train 2, I'll take what I can get of Billy Crystal.
I'm still waiting for American Sweethearts 2. When's that coming?
Oh yeah, totally. Mr. Saturday Night Returns. I want all of them.
Now he doesn't even need the old man makeup. He was just
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Glennis.
Yep, I'm going with High Country, that local one from Melbourne. That's murder mystery up in the Alps. That just did it for me. I don't know why, but yeah, that's mine.
But not Territory?
What's the one that you recommended to my mum, Glenn?
Oh, I don't remember. Was it
Oh, you recommended something to her and she's like, don't tell him, but it's shit.
Was it Euphoria?
It was his penis.
Fucking hell. No, you'll have to get that off her so I know
I'll
what
have
it
to
is.
find out what it is, yeah.
And I'm just gonna say mine as well because I just I'll kick it in there. And this is
No one
I'm
cares.
gonna answer it. I'm gonna answer it in 6 parts for Melzi.
Excellent.
My favorite TV shows of the year were Shogun, Landman, The Gentleman, Rivals, and
Oh yeah.
Bad Monkey. And last but not least, nobody wants this because Kristen Bell and
Oh yeah, Adam Brody.
Adam Brody.
are just
Oh yes, I need to
so
still watch that.
watchable.
I wanna watch that so
damn
bad.
charismatic, the two of them.
I've been wanting to watch it. I love them
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, I actually.
It's a great show.
So thanks for the reminder.
You got Seth Cohen and Veronica Mars
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What a
Oh
combo.
my god!
If OC
It's
Veronica
the
Mars-
dream.
Millennials rejoice.
Yeah.
If only they were, if they happened to meet up at One Tree Hill, it would have been perfect.
Yeah. With Whitey. Old Whitey. He's still alive. He's still kicking. It's holding out for Northern Exposure reboot.
And that's it. Terrific TV Tuesday is done.
On a Monday.
On a Monday, the only Terrific TV Tuesday TV segment that drops.
Never gets
On a
easier.
Monday. Never get it right. No, sir.
This is the last installment of Bed's Hallmark Christmas movie segment. Thank God for that. Until next year. Ha! God damn it!
I regret everything. So that's how I'm going to start this segment. I made a huge mistake. I thought it was going to be fun. I thought it was going to be hilarious that I watched 47 Hallmark movies end of the year. And in fact, it has been one of the most painful experiences of my entire life. For the most part, they're fucking terrible, despite what I've said in every episode in since October when they started. I mean, who starts Christmas movies in fucking October? It hasn't Halloween hadn't even happened. It's fucking ridiculous. Fuck you, Hallmark, and fuck this segment. It's not coming back ever. I'm never watching another Hallmark movie again. We're done.
I'm an outlaw. Quick on the draw. Something you never seen before. And I dare a motherfucker to come in my face. I got something chrome. And I got it from home. And it ain't a microphone. And I dare a motherfucker to come in my face. It's so real. How I feel. It's this society that makes a nigga wanna kill. I'm just straight ill. Riding my motorcycle down the streets. What politicians? They sounding like strippers to me. They say it, but I wanna hear it. Ooh, baby, you want me? Ooh, baby, you want me? Ooh, baby, you want me? Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. You can get this lap dance here for free. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. Ooh, baby, you want me? Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. It's a raw night. Who wants to bar fight? Well, come on, alright. And I dare a motherfucker to come in my face. Baseball bats. I got something for that. It goes black like a cat. So I dare a motherfucker to come in my face. So real. How I feel. Is this society that makes a nigga wanna kill? I'm just straight ill. Riding my motorcycle down the streets. While the government is sounding like strippers to me. They keep saying, but I don't wanna hear it. Ooh, baby, you want me? Ooh, baby, you want me? Ooh, baby, you want me? Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. You can get this lap dance here for free. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. Ooh, baby, you want me? Well, you can get this lap dance here for free.
When you think of Harley, think of a Harley. Blue denim, spike wrists, and crumpy. Lap screws and tattoos, that's all me. Two blondes, both arms feeling like Fonzie. You can find me drunk, whipping and might crash. Or find me chilling with crackers you like crash. Find me in court, smoking that nice grass. Burning the flag, all in the name of white trash. It's Harley, baby. Christ on the arm, I'm gnarly, baby. Fuck with me, not Hardy, baby. And you know the flow, ungodly, baby. So does Harley, baby. Chicks nickname me pilot, they get high off my dick. I take them to my home, they call it the cockpit. Time to take off, they pennies, they drop quick. Now that's first class fucking, ain't that some fly shit?
Ooh, baby, you want me? Ooh, baby, you want me? Ooh, baby, you want me? Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. You can get this lap dance here for free. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. Ooh, baby, you want me? Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. Well, you can get this lap dance here for free. I don't wanna hear it.
It's the Boneheads from Kentucky, and just like what Joe is packing, it's fun size.
All right, James, you want to explain our who was the one? Was it James or Chad? Chad, which one of you all had the idea?
This was James's idea.
This was me.
James.
This was me. So just because, as everyone knows globally, Americans have mastered everything. But
I'm not the one supposed to be laughing.
No. If anybody, I have so much false bravado that anyway, no.
Including Girth.
We vote well.
Hey, he's Australian. He's Australian, the Girthmaster, Glenn.
Yeah.
We're laying claim to him. We don't care. He's Australian.
But so what we thought we would do, because Hollywood produced a ton of films back in the day, we wanted to have films that seemed that they were global. So of course, like good Americans do, we took on everybody's accents and pretended we knew what we were doing. So we thought it would be a great way to talk about the best and worst of American actors doing accents. And that's what we thought our Bonehead segment should be, to celebrate our home country and our ability to louse up pretty much everything.
Yeah. We're the ones who will take a flaky croissant and put a shitty piece of American cheese on it and reach it to you.
Shut your whore mouth, Joe Lewis.
I
If
really
you give
like
me the
American
Girthmaster,
cheese.
I will. I do too. But you're not allowed.
Well, I can throw the first bad one at you if you want.
Sure.
Everyone would agree it has to be Keanu Reeves in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Fucking awful.
That's bad.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
I want to go with a really bad Australian because I thought we were doing Australian. Mine is, and I know why he did it. I know the history of it, but he's just dreadful doing it. Is Tarantino in Django Unchained?
Yeah,
doing
definitely.
Austra-
Definitely.
Awful.
And he put himself next to John Jarrett while doing it.
Yeah.
Who is Australian but yet
dreadful.
still has a god awful Australian accent.
Yes.
Well,
It's an
I'm
accent.
imagining John Jarrett is kind of like with doing his accent is kind of like the same thing with Larry the Cable Guy, and you all thinking that's what all Americans do.
No, John Jarrett's Australian accent is an accent that doesn't exist anymore. Like it literally, it's been bred out of us thanks to American TV.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Part of that
all
invasion.
Australian accents suck. They suck. It is the
Not
worst
if you're
of
an
the
American
accents.
lady. They seem to love you all.
Oh,
See the
it's
Girthmaster.
weird. It's so
good,
weird.
It's only good when Robert Downey Jr. does it in blackface. And
Oh.
then the Australian accent is fine.
Well, that's the other one.
Actually, that was amazing.
His natural born killer's Aussie accent, though, leaves a lot to be desired.
That
Oof.
was fucking terrible.
Oh, so bad. So bad. I've got one, gentlemen. It's a film that I watched recently, and it's got two bad accents in it. One is an actor doing a bad international accent. The other one is an American doing a bad American accent of a particular place in America. It's Blown Away from 1994 with Tommy Lee Jones with that awful Irish accent. And then Jeff Bridges doing that Boston accent that just doesn't ring true.
doesn't
It's just
work.
like, yeah. And I mean, I had not seen this film since video when it first came out, and I was eager to revisit it because it came out in 4K. And, I thought maybe I was a bit harsh on it when I was 14. I was certainly not harsh on it. The film is far from great, and those accents, Jesus Christ.
I always found that movie upsetting because there was the other Blown Away with the two Corys and Nicole Eggert.
Yes, and Nicole Eggert, yeah.
This is the real Blown Away. This is
It's
the one
like-
everyone should be watching.
It's the one where they have it's Haim has the sex scene with Eggert, but Feldman was dating her at the time, and Feldman directed it.
Oh.
So it's sort of kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, way to ruin the movie, Jarrett. Spoiler.
I'm going
Hey.
to ruin it even more because the twist kind of thing is that she's two-timing him with Feldman, which is the most unbelievable part of the whole film, and yet it is what was happening in real life. Well, I mean, they were going out, which is just like
Well, but he is the comeback kid, so.
Well,
Here he
I
comes,
mean,
the comeback kid. Here he comes.
I guess she was one of the first Corey's Angels.
Yeah.
That's an actual thing, guys.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, it's a legit thing.
I have
We know.
witnessed it.
I hate that.
Yeah.
My least favorite American doing an accent is Don Cheadle in the Ocean's 11, 12, 13 movie. His Cockney, Cockney accent. And you're like this. This is what I imagine. It sounds like when people listen to Russell Crowe doing an American accent, and it drops in and out.
Yeah.
Out the movie.
But he does such a great South African accent in like Hotel Rwanda, or as I like to call it, Hotel Rwanda for dogs, because he did Hotel Rwanda and Hotel for Dogs around the same time. Did both films. But yeah, killer accent in that, but in Ocean's 11. What
That scene when he drives over all those dogs is horrendous.
Freedom!
That leads me to mine, which I am dumb because I knew like they had told me, you had told me that we're doing Americans doing bad accents, and I still picked Mel Gibson.
No, I kept going the wrong route as well. I'm like, oh shit, I'm meant to be doing
No,
yeah.
do it. What is it? Which Mel Gibson one is it?
Braveheart.
Oh,
He can't do that.
Freedom!
I've watched it. I'm like, this is not a Scottish accent. This is
Yeah.
just fucking gibberish. That's what that
I
is.
love you, I do.
Yeah.
It literally is. There's the Irish guy comes into it during at one part, like his Irish sidekick, and his accent is closer to the Irish guys than any of the Scottish guys in here.
By the end of it, I'm just like, can you just kill him to make it stop? Like, just
And they do.
yeah.
See, look, we're
Spoiler.
in an age
Spoiler
where
alert.
They could go back and fix that. You know, they could fix it with AI. Just, you know, I wouldn't have a problem with that. That would vastly improve the film.
I agree.
Mel C, what about you?
Mel C, yeah.
So I was, trying to go back and think of good examples, and so for my good, I was thinking about going with like Viggo Mortensen in Eastern Promises. Love that. I love him so much. But then I was like, no, I've got to be true to myself. And what really actually came straight to my mind was Buffy related, and so I'm just going to be true to myself. And I actually feel really bad saying my bad one, but I'll start with my good one first. And even though it's definitely not perfect, because he definitely
you gotta do bad. We're gonna do. You gotta do bad first, because we're all.
Do I have to do bad first?
You gotta do bad first.
James Master.
Oh, so it's Kendra. So she,
yeah.
Buffy died in season, at the end of season 1, and then Kendra is activated as the Slayer, and she's like Jamaican or something.
Yes.
It's really bad. It's so bad. But apparently she is like the nicest person, and they're like still really close, and I feel really, because she would have been like 22 or something, but it's so bad. And then my good one from it, and it's probably not that good, but I just like it so much, as James Masters as Spike, and finding out that, then hearing him speaking American when you get older, and you're like, fuck, what the hell? Where did that come from?
Because isn't the reality Giles does an American accent through the whole thing, but he's actually British.
He is British. He is
British.
Yeah.
No, but
He's British in the series.
He's British in the show.
Yeah.
James,
time for a rewatch, Ben.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since release because I'm not a stan.
bitch. James, what's your bad one?
Man, I the easy one is always to just say Dick Van Dyke because it's easy. But I'm going to go with an actor that I really like. Obviously, he plays one of my favorite characters of all time, but Harrison Ford's not Russian. He shouldn't try to pretend to be Russian.
That's a good one. Sean Connery didn't bother to do it.
Yeah, K-19,
He
the
was a Russian
Widowmaker.
commander.
Actually, Sean Connery. If we weren't doing American, the answer at all of this would be Sean Connery. Sean Connery would to play. In this scene, you're an immortal Spanish swordmaster. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
It's the same.
And got away with
have
it.
a Highlander, but he's going to be played by a French guy. So we want you to play a Spaniard who's not really Spanish. He's actually French, or whatever the hell he is. But he's actually a space alien.
Listen, they spoke every language on Zeiss. We spoke. It just happened to be the same.
Yeah.
So this isn't my pick, but I do want to argue with Glenn, because I think Glenn did have the worst pick in that Keanu Reeves' accent of Dracula, but I do think there is one that's worse, and that's Kevin Costner's British accent in Robin Hood.
But that's not a British accent, though. He does the American accent.
He slips in and out of it from time to time. That's why.
Because I remember reading that
time.
Kevin Reynolds told him, just use your regular accent. Like,
yeah, but he occasionally has it, but he forgets midway through. But no, my worst accent. Go ahead, James.
Well, I was going to say, so the backstory on that, you're absolutely right, Glenn. Kevin Reynolds told him, just don't try to do an accent. But Kevin Costner wanted to. If you watch some of the behind the scenes, Kevin Costner wanted to do it. So Chad's right. He would occasionally try, well, I'll try this with just a little bit of a lilt. No.
Yeah.
No.
And he filmed
Morgan Freeman's British accent in that film was more believable. And he's not even doing one.
He's not even British. No. But my pick for worst accent is Kevin Pollak's Laszlo Gogliak in The Whole 10 Yards. His Hungarian accent. Now he's doing it for comedic purposes, but it's so bad that it's just not even funny, because you can't. The Whole 10 Yards is one of those sequels that maybe shouldn't have been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know how Glenn. I know Glenn loves bad sequels.
Not that one. I don't like the first one of that one.
But yeah, it was just so it was played for comedic effect, and that you can't understand what he's saying, but it's so bad that it never played. So I just thought it was a bad Hungarian accent. So that's my pick. All right, so good accents. Who wants to go first?
I'll kick it off. I mean, I can't think of any Americans doing great accents. But like, I'm thinking of good international actors coming to Australia to do good accents. There's been a few really good ones, like Dev Patel has done a great one in Lion, and Donald Pleasance in Waking Fright. I think that's a pretty good one. I can't think of Americans doing good ones. Did Josh Lucas have an Aussie accent in Red Dog, guys? Can't remember.
I think he's an American in that.
Yeah,
I think he doesn't have to.
So no, I came up stumps trying to think of an American doing a good Aussie accent.
There isn't any. Well,
I have one. I'll do mine. Carrie Elways and Robin Hood Men in Tights. His British accent, spot on.
And is he doing one in Princess Bride as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I love
that
that
popular
movie.
comedy movie. Yes,
Fantastic fantasy romance adventure.
Carrie Elways does not get credit.
Nah,
for
the
his
comedy.
impression.
I have one to the point where I actually thought this person was British up until extremely recently and thought they were putting on American accents in other movies. And that's Renee Zellweger.
Oh, yeah.
Bridget Jones' Diary.
Bridget
She
Jones.
does such a good accent where I actually thought she was British. So
That's hilarious.
there you
Whereas we were introduced to her through Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so we kind of got it. Well, I was anyway.
Yeah.
Now, for me, it was Empire Records.
Empire Records.
Woohoo!
And then
But
maybe
yeah,
Love It
she
at
does do a
45,
good English accent.
which was also a fantastic film. I can't think of any that I like. I mean, I think like Robert Downey Jr.'s in Tropic Thunder is something special. Not as good as Ben Stiller's full retard.
Simple Jack.
Simple Jack. I think that's the best accent an American has ever done, which is an American accent, but as a retard.
Yeah.
As a simple lad.
And Good Movie Monday. It's been good.
That was the end of it.
It's
I've
fine.
got one.
We're popular in Singapore and Japan, so they don't mind.
I've got one. I just watched Juror Number 2, the new Clint Eastwood film, which is really good and should have gone to theaters. Like, should have got the proper treatment. But Nicholas Hoult always delivers a completely convincing American accent in everything I see him in. I just forget that he's even British, and so I'm more
totally do
surprised.
as well. Yeah.
But once
completely.
again,
Sells
if you guys Google great accents, 18 out of the 20 are all British.
Yeah.
Well, I
Doing
was gonna
something
say,
else.
Yeah.
Watching my son's head
Meryl
explode.
Streep even gets raked across the coals for A Cry in the Dark about, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dingo
it's Meryl
stole my
Streep.
baby.
Dingo,
Yeah, so Chad and I used to scream this at each other in college.
Yeah. Dango ate my
In the middle
baby.
I Dango ate my baby. In the middle of class, one of us was screaming at the other one. That or It's Raining Men.
Yeah,
watching my
I think we were in the middle of the mall one time, and I just yelled, "Dango ate my baby!" And people.
Can I change my worst one to Chad?
No.
And I always steal from South Park.
Will
I'll
you
just
go
randomly
on
say,
his
"Watch
Yelp?"
as I stick my thumb up this croc's ass.
I see you played. Now, can you say I see you played Knifey Spoony before?
Seen you play knifey spoony before. I sort of sound like Richard Nixon. I don't
Hey, let's let James get a word
I
in.
am not a crook.
James, go ahead with your pick of Mordecai.
No, actually, all I was going to say is actually watching my son's head explode when he realized Peter Parker was British when he did interviews.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But
Tom Holland. No, hang on. Are we talking about Tom Holland or are we talking about
Tom Holland?
Yeah,
Well,
Tom Holland, yeah. But Andrew Garfield as well, yeah, for
he's British
sure.
as well, yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is one American that arguably you could argue it's not really a British accent, though that's what he based it on. There's one American that nails it to the point that even the fellow cast was like, we thought he was faking an American accent when it was done. And I want to give this man shout out. Brad Dourif playing Wormtongue.
Yeah, right.
When they wrapped filming and Bernard Hill heard him use his West Virginia accent like he normally talks.
Wow.
Yes. Brad Dourif grew up maybe 2 hours from where we were at. Yeah.
And Bernard Hill literally told him to stop mocking Americans. He thought that was a fake accent. He thought he was mocking Americans since they had stopped filming. And somebody had to tell Bernard Hill, no, that's actually his real accent. He had been method acting the entire time they were filming the scenes together.
Wow.
And Bernard Hill could not believe that's actually what he sounded like. So I wanted to give Brad Dourif all the props for being
How
able
is
to
it-
hold that accent even when they weren't filmed.
How is it
He's
possible
a
that
king.
Bernard Hill hasn't seen Child's Play? Or,
I would say you could. I would say you could ask it, but I think you need a Ouija
Mississippi
board at this point.
Burning. I think it's,
And I'm also going to claim the actress who does the best accent, and it's because we claim her, Toni Collette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Can't have
absolutely.
her. Can't have her.
Yeah, again,
She's in
another.
that,
Anytime I
Juror
watch
number
her,
2.
she was in Juror
Yeah.
number 2. I
Yeah.
watch it and I just don't even think she's an Aussie. You know?
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to me until I was watching that Nicholas Hoult interview with Hugh Grant that, of course, she's in About a Boy with him as a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His mum in that one, and you're like, oh, that's right. And
Wow.
they're in Juror 2 as equal adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
In case you don't understand Screamo Metal, that was actually best movies of 2024. Just to interpret some hardcore metal. Let's do this. Let's talk about our favorite films of the year. We're only going to do 2 each, just for duration purposes, because this is a long show. Ben and I, maybe if we got the stamina, may come back and do another midsummer show where we talk about our top 10s, because I know Ben gets a little bit shitty when he gets to this part because he hasn't watched everything. So we'll let Ben go first.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. I've been looking at a lot of other people's top 10s, and I'm like, I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen one of them. So for me, am I doing both of them or just one?
Yeah, just do 2, and yeah, we'll
do two.
we'll kind of just gloss over them just to push on.
Well, the first one is Saturday Night.
Yep.
The SNL movie. I love that movie. I thought it was great. There was a lot of fun. You know, they even talked about Milton Berle's cock. So
I was going to say, how about Milton?
Yeah,
Or
the
J.K.
original-
Simmons as Milton.
Milton, yeah, the original Girthmaster. It was amazing. And look, my second film. Look, this is a tough one because there's a couple of films that kind of could slot into this position. But like I said, I haven't seen the big ones. That's on going to be on everyone else's list. But I think it's going to be Abigail.
Right.
Just as a pure entertainment.
Yes.
Like kind of fun vampire film.
Love it.
I'll slot in Abigail into that list.
Very good. And I'll go next just to keep it as the 2 hosts that kick it off. Surprisingly, mine's Wicked. That's my number 1 of the year. I was blown away by Wicked, and I didn't love Wicked as a concept either in novel or on the stage because it's revisionist of something I really love. But the movie, I couldn't deny it. It was just fucking amazing. And then the second one would be Piece by Piece, the Pharrell Williams Lego documentary, which just absolutely ticked all the right boxes for me. It was like being a kid in Candyland. Great music, Lego, very funny. And yeah, so they're my top 2. I would never have expected them. I was going to do The Brutalist for number 1, but technically that doesn't get released until next year. That's that big 4-hour film with Adam Brody, which is fucking amazing. But that will be
I'm curious. I want to see it.
It's great, but it'll be a 2025 release down here, so I'll save that one. All right, up next, let's go to Chloe.
So Wicked, obviously. I saw Wicked on Broadway. That's how long ago I saw Wicked. So I took my younger sister to go with me, who is slowly becoming an avid musical fan, like myself. And about 5 times during the movie, she turned to me and go, "Chloe, are you crying again?" And then I cried again on the way home listening to the soundtrack. So really stuck with me. And then I couldn't decide for my second one. So it's a slash. So my second one is Twisters. And I don't feel like I need to explain that. And even my kids watched that and they loved it. Slash Greedy People. And I only just watched this recently and I hated it and loved it at the same time. So it gave me a lot of emotions, which is why I put that in there as well.
Excellent. Well, Wicked and Twisters are connected because, Twister has a lot to do with Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm just full of connections.
And we know that Glenn Powell is playing Girthmaster in the movie. His life.
Sold.
Let's go to Jarrett.
All right, so my number one. Well, look, they're equal. They're equal. Let's just say they're equal.
All right.
Heretic,
Yep.
the new feature with Hugh Grant, written and
want to see
directed by
that so
Scott
bad.
Beck. Oh, it's fantastic. Same screenwriters as the original Quiet Place. Immediately they kind of lost a bit of traction when they went and did that 65 film with Adam Driver, but this is just I really enjoyed this, and it definitely begs more viewings. I've already pre-ordered the 4K from the A24 shop, which fuck, it's cost me like $80. It's ridiculous for one 4K, but it does have Atmos. Anyway, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, and I'm absolutely adoring Hugh Grant in his villain era. You know, I loved him in the 90s, and I love him now. He's fantastic.
Really cool.
And then my second film is a French film that ooh, that was unusual. Something just happened?
Did you turn your red when you said French?
It got
Your
very
red
dark.
light on
I don't know what happened.
Roxanne.
I don't know what happened. As soon as the words French came out. It's the new feature from Quentin Dupieux, which opened the Cannes Film Festival back in May this year. It's called The Second Act, and it's I guess a lot of his films are meta, but this one is super meta. It's a film within a film within a film, and it just does things that I've never seen any film do before, and I feel like anything he does is always kind of challenging the norm. It's always funny, and I always feel like I've watched something smart and entertaining at the same time. But the second act, phenomenal. But that's my two.
Wonderful.
For 2024.
Let's go over to Melzy.
Mine are not equal. Like, absolutely number one with a bullet was The Substance. I'm obsessed with The Substance. I loved it so much. It hit me in so many ways. And then the soundtrack, I like the score as well. Like I rarely will listen to soundtracks afterwards, and I just had to put it on straight away, and I'm just like, immerse me in this fucking movie. I loved it so much.
Has it made you go out and buy some 80s aerobics gear?
Oh my god, I want to so
please say yes.
I love that get up so much. Oh my god, that's right up my alley. Oh my god, I love everything about it.
I imagine it would be if you wore it. It'd go right up your alley.
And then I ended up going with Long Legs as my second.
Cool.
I went at like 10:30 in the morning and I wasn't even I wasn't even nearly the only person there at 10:30 in the morning. And I was like, and everyone was there by themselves, and I'm like, I wonder if they all just dropped their kid off at school as well. It was so good, and I just loved it so much. Honorable mentions: Strange Darling, Abigail, The Wild Robot, and Immaculate.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Strange Darling
Great.
is amazing.
And there's still so many
great picks.
that I still need to see from this year. I think it was a great year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if Ben and I do this recap midsummer episode, if you all want to chip in, we can read out your top 10s and stuff like that. Let's go to Joe.
Well, I'm with Ben, and we do this every year. Of oh my God, I missed 25 of everybody's top movies. So you're always saying something that I missed him, but the one I don't really know if I have a best movie this year. In fact, I've kind of been disappointed, and I know I'm negative, but I watched Civil War the other day, and it got to me on a whole other level. And if you follow American politics,
it's in my top 5. It's amazing.
But I was so depressed, Glenn.
Yeah,
I had to watch episodes of Archer afterwards, and it's not even that violent. It's not even that. It's just I was telling the other two boneheads I was so depressed afterwards.
Yeah.
So I can't say that it was an enjoyable experience, but goddamn, we're so close. Anyway, the other one are two of the best experiences I had in the theater, and oddly enough, they're both horror films.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with both of you. It is Strange Darlings. I loved every second of it.
Yep.
I did. And I don't care that I kind of figured it out. I just enjoyed the ride. And then the three of us saw Long Legs together and then had the best time afterwards, the Chinese, and me screaming in the restaurant, in the middle of the Chinese restaurant repeatedly, "Hail Satan!"
Yes.
Melcy, James, Chad, did I keep screaming "Hail Satan"?
But as I pointed out to you then, that's the second film he has that line in because he also uses it in Renfield.
Yeah.
He screams it in Renfield too,
And by
right
the
before
way,
he gets killed.
Those two actors deserved a better movie than Renfield, but yes.
All right, James, you may as well keep talking. What were your two, mate?
I'll be honest. So Longlegs made my list, but since people have talked about that, I'll go with my other one. This one I went and saw in the theater, and you can't make a movie where Nazis die and I'm not happy. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare just had me from the word go. It's over the top. It is loosely based on a real story, but it's you killed Nazis. You got my attention. I had a blast watching it. The other one, then, since Longlegs has already been mentioned, I'll throw out Monkey Man.
Yeah.
I watched Monkey Man in the theater, had a blast watching it. It gave me something I didn't know, so I went with films that gave me an experience, and I walked out happy with what I saw.
John Wick meets Bloodsport's great.
Well, and the fact that even they make an allusion to John Wick. Oh, it's the gun they used in John Wick. Of course, he doesn't buy that gun. But yeah, so those are my two. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, nobody seems to be talking about. But I told my wife when it comes out on physical media, I have to go buy it. She finally goes, fine, I'll watch it. She watched it, and she was cheering at the end. She was like, that's amazing. So there you go.
Very, very cool. And last but certainly not least, we've got Chad.
Hey there. So my top two, I'll start with my second pick. It is a Riddle of Fire.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
That was my number one pick from last year.
Yeah, same. I think it's my favorite. Favorite
Yeah,
film
it didn't get
year.
released here. It didn't get released here till this year. So it was my second pick. I love this film. I was trying to introduce it to my kids, but they never would sit down to watch it. But I just absolutely love the film about these kids just trying to get the special eggs for a blueberry pie.
Yeah. So they can play video games. It's great.
It's so they can play a video game that they stole.
Yeah.
They are such evil kids. Like the scene where the kid just gets they're trying to steal the eggs and he gets drunk by the fire. Just golden. And
second one?
There's insane plot holes that make no sense. It's like, why does she have magical powers? I'm like, they never explain. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. She just does.
It's just the ride.
Take the ride, man. Take the ride.
Take the ride. And my number one pick, Joe, James, and Glenn all three know this. I love comedy films. There have been some great comedies, but in the last few years, but I have not laughed. I enjoy comedies, but for a comedy to actually make me laugh hard several times is a rarity. And for a comedy to do that, it has to be my number one pick, and that is Hundreds of Beavers. My number one pick of the year. My favorite movie of 2024. Hundreds of Beavers. Nothing came close this year.
I honestly thought you were going to say Ricky Stenicki.
Yeah.
I thought that's where we were headed, to Ricky Stenicki. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But I haven't seen the Beavers yet, but I look forward to checking them out. All 100 of them.
The thing that I love most about Hundreds of Beavers is that its porn parody name is exactly the same as its actual name.
And what kills me is I've been waiting for a couple of years to see this movie, and James informed me after I saw it that they actually had a premiere here with the creators.
Oh.
And they came in the suits.
Oh,
yep.
And I don't know if is anybody here not familiar with Hundreds of Beavers?
Yeah, no.
Mel C, Chloe. So if you're not, it's mostly silent. It's in black and white. It's shot in the style of an old 1930s, 1940s cartoon, but it's live action. It's about this man who gets blown up in an apple cider factory, and he has to learn how to hunt to survive. And it's going through the comedic escapades, and he's hunting beavers and other animals, and the animals are actually people in mascot outfits. There you go.
After all that discussion of Girthmaster, the Beaver movie doesn't sound anywhere near as exciting.
The fairy
had me at furries. You had me at furries.
And it is about an
Mel C and I
hour and
went
50
the same
minutes.
place.
It is an hour and 50 minutes of pure comedy. I cannot recommend this movie enough.
What will Ben say? What will Ben say What will Jarek, Chloe, Melzi, Joe, Chad, and James say? The most anticipated movies of 2025.
All right, we are almost at the end of the show. We have our most anticipated movies of 2025 to go. I'll just kick it off with, well, obviously Wicked Part 2. If I love Wicked 1, it's got to be Wicked 2. But the other one's Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic that's coming out. Because there've been a lot of biopics in the last couple of years that have just tanked. I haven't loved them at all. They've been pretty average. And this one, though, really does look like it's going to be something special. So that is mine. I think Antoine Fuqua is directing that one. And the guy playing Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson's actual nephew. So it'll be interesting. They're mine. Let's. I'm looking straight at Jarrett right now, so we'll go to Jarrett.
I'm excited for that Michael film. My two films that I'm most anticipating, the first one's coming out in February, and that's Osgood Perkins' new film, The Monkey.
Yeah.
So it's based off a Stephen King story. It's produced by James Wan, and it's written for the screen and directed by Osgood Perkins. So I'm really excited. I mean, the two trailers they've released have been phenomenal.
With the Bates Motel too, that's awesome.
It's such a cool. So I'm
So-
really excited about that. And the other one is not coming out till October, and it's the new Scott Derrickson film. Well, actually, he's got two films. He's got one coming out in February, which is going straight to Apple Plus, The Gorge, which I'm really looking forward to. But I'm actually really looking forward to the Black Phone 2.
Yes.
It's coming in October, because I don't know what you can do with that, because I love the original, but I kind of trust the fact that he's coming back to do it. Must mean there's a story in it, so I'm excited to see what it is.
Definitely. Wow, cool. I forgot.
The original has one of the best endings of any horror film. It's just that is a solid screenplay. Tells you exactly how it's going to end in the first 3 minutes, and you don't pay attention to it till the end of it.
And such a realistic depiction of
Absolutely love
childhood in that era, right? You know, the first act.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I loved that movie.
It was a really good movie.
All right, who we got? We'll go Ben.
Oh, well, look, originally,
Oh,
I thought I was going to be bringing up the end. As they say.
Is that the new Bring It On movie? Is it? Is that what the seventh installment? Bringing up the end.
I don't think any of these movies are going to be as good as another Bring It On movie. Let's be honest. Look, there's one that I'm kind of anticipating, but it comes out so early in January. It's September 5. So, but it comes out I think January 17th or something like that. So it's almost a this year movie. So
the movie is September 5, by the way. It's not a date.
yeah.
About the cameraman, the TV studio, the TV network covering the
Munich Olympics
kidnapping of the Israeli athletes during the Munich Olympic Games. No, but my first one is coming out in June. It's 28 years later. The third
taking
film.
mine.
Fuck's sake, Ben. Like, so we get cut off there, and we come back. Mousy gets locked out of her office. This is a clusterfuck of an episode. Thank God the year is over. Jesus.
Aren't you glad that's the last one?
Yeah, I am.
If you invite Americans to your podcast, this is what happens.
Man. All right.
Well, look, I'm just gonna.
Let's keep going.
I'll round up mine with just my last one, which is the Edgar Wright remake of The Running Man. I can't fucking wait. I don't care.
Is that coming out next year?
Yeah.
Wow.
November next year.
Whoa.
I honestly don't care if it's a new adaptation of the book or it's a remake of the Arnie movie. I'd be equally happy with either.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Sign me up.
I'm looking forward to that the most. So they're my two films. 28 years later and Running Man.
So who have we already been through? I've lost track of time and on.
Jarrett and Ben.
Alrighty. We'll go with Melzy.
So as I said, Jarrett and Ben have both named both of mine. So I'm just going to go a little bit fun. Megan 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's coming out. Oh, actually, no. I had the dates of the other ones that I was going to say.
I think that one might be June, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
May
I
or
was
June?
going to say June. So, yeah, that must be what it was. And then it doesn't have a release date, so I'm not 100% sure that it is going to be next year, but Orphan 3.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Bring it on.
I love both the first two movies so much. So, yeah.
I was excited.
about
I was
both
excited when
movies.
I saw that pop up as a as a movie that's coming.
Like, how old is that girl now? She's got to be in her 30s.
Well, I mean, but she's only a couple of years older than the last one, so.
Last one, yeah.
Yeah. What
That's-
about
yeah, I suppose,
what about Chloe?
I only kind of had a look at what was coming out today because I kind of forgot about this part. But I saw that they're bringing out a Dogman film.
Yes.
And my kids are obsessed with those books. They love them. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to take my kids to go see Dogman. And then just for me personally, selfishly, is the How to Train Your Dragon remake, the live action. Purely selfishly because it's actually one of the first movies I actually saw with my husband before we were together when we went on like a friend group date. So that's kind of
when he was just trying to give you the milk.
Yeah, he was. He's admitted
Attempting delivery.
Yeah. So those are the two that I'm excited
And
for.
Wicked too.
And Wicked too, but I know with like those sorts of movies they can push them back, so I didn't include it just in case it gets pushed back.
All right.
Oh, there's no way they're pushing that back.
You don't reckon?
No, they got to make that money.
They've shot it, so now it's just finishing it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Joe.
Well, so I'm kind of shocked no one said this. I'm really, although I've got my fingers crossed because this can go either way. Del Toro's Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm done with Del Toro. He doesn't really float my boat anymore.
Well, and I honestly, Glenn, I'm not all the way there, but the last couple have not been great for me. But
Right.
I've got this for Frankenstein, and the other one is Nobody 2. Nobody
Yes.
is so much
Yeah.
fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, and I just want to watch him. Oh my god, that movie was so much fun. But
So
back to
good.
what you were all talking about, just a great time. That's a
I
great.
just want to watch.
My biggest
Christopher
concern
Lloyd.
is it's a different director, so I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, what about Chad?
Oh, me, these are two movies that have been made and have been forever trying to get out. Hopefully this year we're going to see them. The first one is The Surfer with Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, this is like it played Cannes like in May. It's I
They've been
forgot
waiting
all
for
about it.
They have a distributor now. It's supposed to be released this year. It's still no release date, but it is supposedly coming this year. It is supposed to be one of Nicolas Cage's best, most whacked out performances. I have to see this movie.
It's going to have to do a lot to beat Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Because Nicolas Cage gives good smooches.
Yeah, it's true,
it just-
that's the Citizen Citizen Kane of Nick Cage film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just in case those who may not know, it's about a man who is at a beach in Australia, and these other surfers terrorize him in front of his son, and he goes out for vengeance. That's what it is. And then this one again, it has been done for a while. This one I don't know what the delay is on this one, but it's Gareth Evans' Havoc with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, cool.
I have to see that. Anything.
I think the delay is
anything-
Venom 3.
They certainly didn't delay releasing that one from the cinemas to streaming, though. I think it took maybe a week longer than Joker 2. So that's not saying much.
And of course, may I just say before I throw it to James to wrap that up, the best part about this whole podcast is watching Melzy get away back into the building.
Old Melzy. Oh my lord.
This is all the more the reason that you want to watch this episode. Oh, she's got security.
The security's behind her. Yeah. There he is. Ask him what his most anticipated films of 2025 are. If he says Snow White, give him a smack in the chops.
So ask him, what did she have to do to get her way back into the building, or is that just
Oh,
inappropriate?
look at that! How seamless was that?
That was a great transition.
I feel like we're watching one of those movies like Searching with John Cho or something. Desktop thrillers.
Oh my god! So James, bring us home, mate.
I'll be honest. One of them I'm excited because my wife's excited to see, but it's a movie that should be right up my alley as well. Releasing at least in the States in February is Love Hurts.
Love Hurts.
Speaking of nobody.
Oh yeah,
type
that looks
films,
great. Yeah.
anytime you have Short Round playing a real estate agent who has secretly been an assassin an assassin out of practice for years. You got my attention. And the other one, I thought about How to Train Your Dragon because I'm actually looking forward to Lilo and Stitch, even though I own the anime. But actually, I had to go hardcore 80s way I grew up. I need another Tron film. I'm waiting for Tron Ares. I hope it keeps the train running. I need it to do well enough to where I get a fourth
with
Tron
movies
film.
that suck.
I was telling Ben before this.
Sorry.
I was telling Ben before this that Tron could have been one of my two most anticipated.
Chad always gives me a hard time, but he likes the Garbage Pail movies, so he can go to hell.
At least they've abandoned the title Jared Leto's Tron Ares, because that's what it was originally titled.
I'll be honest. I'm sold on anything you can do Tron. I like the animated show that they did with Frodo.
I even like the game. I like the old game, the arcade game that it was based on, which is retarded. But
but you played it because it was Tron. It didn't matter.
I played it because it was Tron. Yeah, and it was the first game I ever saw that you got into the little car and it had the curtains in it, so people couldn't watch you play.
Yeah.
Tron.
No, it was an experience, and that's what I want. I want that Tron experience again. It's all nostalgia to me, and I don't care, and I won't apologize. Give me Tron. Let's go.
Awesome.
Really quick, one last dirty thing for me to say. Ben, can I watch you play?
It was a 2-seater, so you can join me in the
I weigh a little less. I won't need as much room.
He doesn't want the second seat, Ben.
That's why his name was Glowstick.
The first seat is his lap or face.
Oh my God, it's been a massive episode. It's been a big year, so we have reached the end of the line and we're going to sign off now. But big thank you to everybody that has followed us all through the year. Every episode we've done. Also the Boneheads, everyone that's followed their podcast as well, because we are kind of joined at the hip. I find that we're one big family, so that's awesome. Thank you to the Boneheads too for getting up at a ridiculous hour to do this. I know they've got to go straight to work after this, which is hilarious to me, and I'm sure to all the other
2
Aussies.
hours, actually, yes.
Actually, my son just got up because it's 6 a.m. or it's coming up and I guess it's closing in on 5:30, and he just got up to play video games.
Was it Tron?
He's playing Tron?
Yeah. No, I'm sure it's Madden or whatnot.
Yeah, and obviously thank you to all of the Aussies that are on the show as well, but a special thank you to Ben, because Ben is here with me every single week. He drives a little bit of a distance to get here. We always get it done. It's always fun. And I think we put together a pretty fucking good show. So thank you, sir.
Well, I was going to say thank you because you do all the work. All I do is turn up to your house and then tell you just before we record, I haven't done it. I didn't watch anything. I haven't done any prep. Where's my dinner? That's really, that's really why I'm turning up. My heart breaks every time you say, look after yourself. I'm like, oh.
But, the same applies to Jarrett, Chloe, Malzy. Haven't let us down as always. When we need you, you're there. So really appreciate it. And we love the content. So that's it. That's it for the year. We're actually going to go out with a bit of a montage of a look at all the guests that we've had on the show, and then a few happy snaps from all of us that have been put to social media. So enjoy the song, enjoy the slideshow, and I guess we'll be back in March 3rd, I think, is our first episode, Ben.
Yes.
It can take its time.
Yeah, but there will be, there's already been talk of the summer series episodes.
I think if we do it, there'll be one. I think one, because I'm as spent and exhausted as I've ever been in my life. So I don't know if we'd be doing more.
You're jizzless.
Yep. All right, that is it.
I have the remedy.
Yes, you do, because of those 13 children.
There's never been a better reason for me to sign off right now. So see you next year, everyone. Ciao.
Bye.